Hello everyone. So today's I'm going to cover a topic which is called as corrosion. Corrosion in CBSE and not just CBSE, IGCSE, GCSE. And as you know, I have talked about myself that I am an international tutor for the past almost 14 years now. And I have observed that it is corrosion is an important topic no matter which syllabus you are following, which specification you are following. But because in GCSE, they are not called as syllabus, it is called as specification. So whether you are AQA in Excel or OCR or WJEC, you have to understand about corrosion. In CBSE, because why I'm talking CBSE specifically today, because in CBSE, this topic is covered in two different chapters. If you remember, in the chapter one, we have covered corrosion, and also in the chapter three, which is metal and non-metal. Now, metal and non-metal, that is the book page I'm going to show you. But why corrosion is so important? Corrosion is very important because it's an oxidation process. Now, when we say oxidation, the picture comes in our mind is probably about burning, right? Catching something is catching fire, which is absolutely correct. But not all oxidations are about catching fire. So, oxidation in corrosion is a very, very slow process. And in this slow process, the metal is completely reduced into the powder. And it can actually kill the metal, if we can use the word killing here. Not in literal sense, but yes, it is. So, how we can prevent oxidation? Because iron is one of the very important metal used by human beings. So that becomes important. So that's a topic for different day. Because my video I intend to make for a very short duration so that I can watch it with better understanding. So I'm going to share my screen now and I'll explain you that activity which is covered in chapter 3 metal and non-metal. And just pay attention because see now CBSE is changing its pattern also if you have noticed. You have to be understanding the concept very well so you can answer the application based questions, which are also like high order thinking skill questions. So let's get on with it. I'll just explain you the experiment and we'll explain that what are the important points about it. So here it is. I am sure that you can see this is the corrosion experiment I'm talking about. This is the figure 3.13. And basically, we are going to talk about the activity 3.14. This is my focus for today. I'm zooming so that you can see it very well. So now this portion, as you can see, that silver articles become black after some time when exposed to air. This is because it reacts with sulfur in the air. So it is not directly reacting with oxygen, but it is reacting with the sulfur in the air and form the coating of silver sulfide. So what is the formula for silver sulfide? You should know. And what is this reaction will be also you should know. So if you know that the valence electron we take and we just do the crisscross thing, and that's how you get the formula, correct? So what is the formula now? It is Ag2S silver sulfide. Most of the time, the valency of silver is 1. In a few of the references, you can find it as 2 also, but generally we consider it as 1. So that's what I have taken here. Now, copper reacting with moist carbon dioxide in the air slowly loses its shiny brown surface. This is important. Important points should be underlined first, and then you should write that down in your book because more you practice of writing the important points, faster it will come in the exam. If you are expecting that suddenly, all of a sudden you will be able to write all these minor details, probably you are wrong because that doesn't, the memory doesn't work like that. So it will be green color, exactly like how it was black color here. Same way it is, if you remember black after some time, here it is green and it is copper carbonate. So you have learned in grade 9 what is carbonate. Carbonate is a polyatomic ion and the valency of carbonate is 2, copper is 1. Carbonate is ion, so it is -2. There is no need to write here, so I'm removing it. Just I have written it 2. Negative has no significance on writing the formula, so I'm not doing that. So finally the formula would be CuCO3. Correct. Now the next is iron. When it is exposed to moist air for a long time. Okay, important point. Exposed to moist and air. That means H2O and water both. Then only the brown flaky substance, which we know call as a rust, that will be formed. So let us see why it rusts. Okay, and how we can prevent, because prevention of the iron rusting is very important, because iron is an important metal, as I spoke about it earlier. So activities in CBSE books are very important also, because questions will be based on that, sometimes directly the whole activity, sometimes questions. So in this test tube A, what we are doing is like we have taken water, requirement number one. We have air. Okay, so we are allowing the iron nails to interact with both air and water. What will be the result? Yes, it will rust. That's absolutely correct. What happens in the second experiment, where we have put the nails in distilled water? Okay, so that there is no dissolved air. What is the purpose of taking distilled water? So that we remove the dissolved air also. And air is there, but we are trying to prevent the interaction between air and water with layer of oil. So it prevents the interaction. Okay. Then what will happen? Will it rust? No, it will not rust. Why? Because the oil layer prevented the interaction. And that proves that moisture, that is water and air, they both are required for the rusting. Now here in this one, we are using anhydrous calcium chloride, which is a drying agent. That means it will absorb whatever moisture is present. It will absorb. And also this air is dry air. Okay, so that is the reason the air is dry. So what do we expect? Do we expect any kind of rusting? No. So again, the answer is no. So there will be no rusting. So it proves, this experiment, this activity proves that for rusting, air and water both are required, and then only you will observe the rusting phenomena. So this is something very important. As I said, you have learned this thing in the first chapter. Here again, because it is important topic. I'll keep coming back to you with important topics in science. Keep watching. Thank you.